time to do a video that's completely Evil Within related. First, I got this finally this year with an Xbox 360 used, along with Skyrim. But the thing is, this was the first game I started playing when I got my Xbox. It is really hard, I will tell you, even on casual mode. I started casual because I'd never played a survival horror before, and I didn't want to risk doing survival if I didn't know how to do one yet. So I always thought Silent Hill would be the first one I would get to play on the PlayStation 2, but I got this, and I have to say it's really fun. At first, I didn't want to play it because I thought because of all the combat, I thought it'd be boring, but the combat's actually just half the fun. The story is great. And I managed to make it to Chapter 7 in one day, and then I just took a break and went to bed because I was playing it for hours. I haven't played it since because I freaking have been playing Skyrim nonstop. I have a Skyrim addiction. You don't need to see my printed pictures. No. I want to print a bunch of these full pay-per-view for my a cosplay I'm doing because I am cosplaying a kid version. And I'm going to practice the makeup to do this version, meaning I have to get the bald cap, chest binder, everything, but it will be fun. I'm even going to make a jar of green jelly. I got the comic book, which I'm just going to say, the story was pretty good for the comic, but let's just say, it was easier to understand once you reached the end, and it was much better by the time we got to the end. And what's kind of a turn-off is the art style is, let's just say, not the best. No offense to the artist. I just think it could have been better. I really do. I was just reading it yourself. I don't want to spoil anything. But I'm just going to tell you the comic takes place before Ruvik found out Leslie was compatible with him through STEM. So it was before they took him apart and made him permanently a part of STEM. So I was just checking that out. And then this is my favorite gem right here. Now this, I'm not going to show everything, because I'm going to let you get it yourself if you really want it. This is awesome. I wish there was more character info in this book, but it's not a character profile book, and I haven't found one for this game yet. And besides, they have like all this bio in the model viewer of the game, which I haven't even unlocked yet. I only get screenshots from it on my Tumblr from a YouTube video. But it's got all this. The villains are the monsters of the story, mainly. Heroes are all the main characters. Even the ones that seem douchey. Even Ruvik is under heroes. Got Sebastian. Now I'm skipping through pages because, like I said, I'm not going to show everything. Julie Kidman, whose character I honestly never really cared for. Even after the DLC and I saw how important her character was, I still don't care for her character. We got JoJo. JoJo's got like a mixture of hate and love towards him from the fan group. And this is my favorite character right here. Thing is, the reason I love this character is because there's so much character development with him, and the way you find out more about him in the game, it's just amazing. His type of character is kind of twisted, but it's the type of character that I kind of like, considering genius for a young age, kind of twisted at the same time, but at the same time, in real life, geniuses aren't completely mentally stable either. So you can't really blame him for being a little bit ahead of his time. You don't like the character, that's your own opinion. He's just my favorite from the character development and everything. There's our nurse. that I noticed multiple people like automatically assume that she's gonna be a bad guy, but actually she's not. It's funny because it's just wow. That would have been interesting to see her in that in the game. But we got this douchebag. Like, you go right from this douchebag one page and then right to Leslie. I think Leslie's kind of adorable. He's an adorable little shit. Laura, who annoys the shit out of me in her reborn form. She really does. Her reborn form is so hard to deal with in the game. Not looking forward to the third part when I'm going to have to deal with her again. Second part, I just kept running around in circles and activating the switch. And before I actually went to the middle where she pops up, I freaking burnt as many bodies as I could. I had 0 matches, so I did what I could. Villains start off with the Keeper, which everybody says is a knockoff of Pyramid Head. In all honesty, his story is like completely different, but I can see where people are coming from with that. So, yeah. Skip around. If you want to see more of this book, I suggest buying it. It's really cool. It's got lots of amazing pictures. The weapons. What I kind of wish is if they had pages for all the missing posters. That would be cool. Because it just like mentions them and then has like some of the newspapers here. But it would have been so much cooler if they had all the missing posters. These are just all those covers. Like, I've seen enough of these pictures when the freaking game was loading on the Xbox. There is one last thing I want to show. And it's not her. From the DLC. Is her page. When you go to this, because they explain why Laura's character is the way it is because a lot of Japanese people do like the long hair thing, and here she looks like Kaiko from The Grudge. It's just like, wow. That's all my Evil Within crap. I've become obsessed with the story because I finally got to find someone who did a full playthrough of it, and I have to say the best person to watch playing it is Markiplier. Some other people missed a lot of stuff and are lacking. Even my first playthrough, I didn't bother looking for all the map fragments and all that stuff in the first chapters, because right now, because my first survival horror, I'm just trying to beat the game. Then I'll go back and try to find all the unlockables. But I have gotten every newspaper and every poster from the safe room, so I haven't been missing any of those. In all honesty, if I ever do hook up my computer to my Xbox, I'm not going to do a playthrough of this game, because people have already done so many of it. Mine's not going to be up to anybody's standards. I just want to say that it's an amazing game, worth checking out. If you don't like a lot of combat, there are a lot of parts where you have to save up a lot of ammo. But that's the point of survival horror. In all honesty, I don't mind it. Especially when I get to see Ruvik. That would be the end of this video. My cat would like to give you a nice goodbye. See, she's leaving. She's saying goodbye. And I hope to see you all in another video in the future. Bye-bye, losers.